Wait, how can something that costs 100,000 naira in Onitsha market suddenly worth 600,000 naira in Houston, Texas, in the US? While millions of Nigerians are trying to leave Nigeria, quite a number of people are making money by exporting Nigerian produce abroad. Foods, spices, traditional ingredients. And the crazy part is, the people buying these things are the same Nigerians that already left. Today, the Nigerian diaspora is estimated to be around 17 to 20 million people worldwide, according to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) and World Bank estimates. And these millions of people are creating a massive demand for authentic Nigerian foods abroad. In fact, the Nigerian diaspora ethnic food market across the UK, US, Canada is estimated to be worth between $8 to $12 billion. Yes, that is the figure. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 Nigerian products that are already selling abroad, where the biggest markets are, where to source them locally in Nigeria, the maths behind these products, and what you need to know if you want to start exporting them legally. Because sometimes the real Japa money is not in leaving Nigeria, it is in feeding the people who already left and sending back the FDI. So let's start with something I call the Japa Reverse Economy. Everybody is talking about how to leave Nigeria, but nobody is talking about what happens after people leave. When Nigerians relocate to places like UK, US, Canada, Australia, Ireland, one thing follows them immediately. Guess what? Food cravings. Food cravings. Because no matter how long you stay abroad, sooner or later you will miss Egusi soup, you will miss pepper soup, you will miss Ogbono soup, you will miss Suya spice. Oh my gosh. And when people miss these foods, they start searching for African stores. Now multiply that number by up to 20 million Nigerians abroad. That is how a multi-billion-dollar ethnic food industry is created. According to Diaspora market estimates, the African food import market in the US, UK, and Canada combined is worth between $8 to $12 billion annually. And Nigerian food products are a huge part of that demand. While some people are sending their CVs abroad, others are busy sending food containers. Let's start with a product that many people underestimate, Egusi seeds. Egusi is one of the most popular soup ingredients in Nigerian cuisine. But outside of Nigeria, it is a premium diaspora product. What are the biggest export markets? The highest demand for Egusi currently comes from United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Italy, Germany. Cities with large Nigerian populations drive this demand. What are the biggest export markets? For example, London, Houston, Atlanta, Manchester, Toronto, and African grocery stores in these cities, they sell hundreds of packs weekly. Now, where is Egusi sourced in Nigeria? The largest Egusi markets in Nigeria include the Bodija market in Ibadan, Ogbono market in Enugu, Kano Kurumi market, My 12 markets in Lagos. These are major distribution centers for melon seeds across West Africa. Why does Egusi sell abroad? It is simple. Diaspora Nigerians cannot replace it with anything else. There is no Western substitute at all. So demand stays consistent all year round. Next is something Nigerians abroad pay serious money for, Ogbono, also called white mango seed. This ingredient is essential for Ogbono soup. That is another Nigerian staple food. And here is the interesting part. Ogbono grows mostly in West Africa, so supply is limited. Let me show you something that will completely change how you look at these products. Because the real money here is not in the seed itself, it is in the packaging, the logistics, and the trust. Let's do what I call gist mathematics quickly. Looking at Ogbono. In a major Nigerian market like Onitsha main market or Ose market, a full paint bucket of Ogbono, quality Ogbono, roughly 4 kilograms, can cost somewhere between 60 to 85,000 naira. For many people locally, that already sounds expensive, but watch what happens when that same product crosses the Atlantic Ocean. Now go to a high-end African grocery stores in Houston, Texas, or Dallas. You will see something interesting. A small branded pack of premium stone-free Ogbono, about 200 grams, can sell for around $18 to $22. Don't worry, I'll break it down for you now. If 200 grams sells for about $20, that means 1 kilogram is worth roughly $100 in that market. Now let's convert that using an estimated 2026 exchange rate of about 1,500 naira per dollar. That means 1 kilogram of Ogbono abroad is equal to about 150,000 naira in Nigeria. Now remember that paint bucket from Onitsha market that we talked about earlier. That bucket contains about 4 kilograms of Ogbono. So let's do the maths. 4 kg multiplied by 150,000 naira per kg will give you roughly 600,000 naira potential retail value. Meanwhile, you bought the entire bucket in Nigeria for around 85,000 naira. Think about that gap for a moment. But here is the most important hidden fact. The customers in Houston are not paying $100 for seeds. They are paying for something else. They are paying for the certainty that there are no stones, there is no mold, the product is clean, the label meets the FDA import rules, and the customs won't seize the good at the airport. This is getting interesting than I thought. If you can provide the certainty, you are no longer just selling Ogbono. You are selling trust in a branded sealed bag, and that trust is what creates the profit margin. Biggest export markets. Major markets include United Kingdom, United States, Canada, France. Cities with strong Nigerian population drive demand. For example, London, Birmingham, Toronto, New York, Atlanta. Many African grocery stores import Ogbono directly from Nigeria. Where to source Ogbono locally in Nigeria? Major markets like Main Market on Area Market in Aba, Ugbete Market in Enugu. Oil-producing states like Rivers, Delta. These regions supply most of the Ogbono that are exported internationally. Let me give you one reason why exporters' profit is price arbitrage. A small pack of Ogbono that can cost maybe 2,000 to 3,000 naira in Nigeria can sell for about $8 to $15 in abroad, depending on packaging and location. That is where the export margin comes from. And now let's talk about something extremely powerful, suya spice, also called yaji in Hausa. This is the spice mix used for suya, Nigeria's famous street barbecue. And guess what? The spice has become popular beyond Nigerians. Even non-Africans are discovering it. Suya spice demand is growing in United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Australia, especially in multicultural cities like London, Toronto, New York, Houston, Atlanta. Where is suya spice produced? Major sourcing hubs include Kano markets, Kaduna, Northern Nigeria spice traders, Mile 12 market in Lagos. Northern Nigeria is historically the center of suya spice production. We all know that. Why is the product powerful? Because it has the potential to move beyond the diaspora market. Just as Jack seasoning from Jamaica became global, suya spice could also move or follow that same path. Important requirements. Now, before you start rushing to exporting food, there is something extremely important. Food exports are regulated. You cannot just package food inside nylon and ship it abroad. You need to understand certain rules. In Nigeria, food products should typically comply with NAFDAC guidelines as they regulate food safety and export standards. Some small exporters start under cottage food processing guidelines, but scaling usually requires full certification. In the United States, imports must comply with the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and the FDA requires proper food labeling, safe packaging, importer registration, facility registration in some cases. In the United Kingdom, food imports must comply with the UK Food Standards Agency (FSA). This includes proper labeling, ingredient declaration, traceability. Important reminder, this video is educational, not a legal advice. Always verify requirements with official regulators. There are some hidden facts that you need to know. Number one, the labeling trap. Many first-time exporters don't realize this. According to the international trade reports, over 60% of food exports from West Africa to the US or the UK are rejected or seized. And surprisingly, most of the time, it is not because the food is bad. It is because the label is wrong. Missing information like ingredient lists, nutritional facts, weight measurements, country of origin, importer address, all this information can get an entire shipment rejected. So here's a practical tip for your first export shipment. The label might actually be more important than the product. Hidden fact number 2, the Japa hunger markets. Let's talk about something else most people overlook. The diaspora concentration effects. For example, there are estimated to be over 400,000 Nigerians living in Texas alone. That's almost the population of some cities in Nigeria. Now imagine how many of those people still cook Egusi, Ogbono, bitter leaf soup, pepper soup. They don't have time to go to farm or traditional markets. They want ready-to-cook ingredients. This is why things like instant Egusi powder, stone-free Ogbono, pre-cut dried ugu are becoming extremely popular in diaspora grocery stores. Convenience sells fast, you know. Hidden facts number 3. Weight is is money in exports. Here is another trick smart exporters understand. In the export business, weight is your biggest enemy. Take something like ugu for example. Fresh ugu is about 80% water, which means you are basically paying shipping fees for water. Shock you. But when you dry it properly, two things happen. First, the weight drops dramatically. Second, the value actually goes up because a small pack of properly dried vegetable can sell for about $10 to $15 abroad, depending on packaging, thereby reducing shipping weights while increasing the selling price. That is what I call export efficiency. So the real opportunity here is not just selling Nigerian foods, it is in understanding three things: diaspora demand, export logistics, value-added packaging. And when those three things combine, that simple market ingredient can suddenly become a global product. Let me share something I noticed personally. When I first relocated, one thing surprised me. Nigerians abroad will pay almost anything for the taste of home. You will see somebody drive 1 hour just to go and buy Nigerian ingredients. Because food is not just food. Nigerian food is memory, culture, identity. And that emotional connection is what creates this entire diaspora food economy. So the next time you hear the word Japa, think about this. Yes, many people are leaving Nigeria, but those people are also creating a global market for Nigerian products. A market estimated between $8 to $12 billion annually. Which means something interesting is happening. Nigeria is not just exporting people, Nigeria is exporting culture. And for the right entrepreneur, that culture can become a global business. If this video made you to realize something new, please help my ministry. Like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, hit that bell so that you don't miss my next update. Signing out.